No, it's not going to be Sony Vegas, and no, it's not going to be Adobe Premiere Pro for a couple of reasons. Those are popular because you can get them for free. And the other thing that those are so well known for is because they are professional video editors that can actually be gotten for free. That does not necessarily mean that they are the best video editors out there, especially when it comes down to YouTube content creation. Adobe Premiere Pro and Sony Vegas are meant for like AAA titles. So unless you're going to be designing the next Avengers movie, you do not need those programs. And the program that I am going to be mentioning here is going to save you a ton of time. I want you guys to think about what people say and how long it takes them to render out a video. The program that I am using is going to take me about 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds at most, to render out a 50-minute video. 1080p 60 frames per second video is going to take me about 20 seconds to 30 seconds long. So this program is going to save you a lot of time if you're making content creation on YouTube or any other platform because of how much time you're going to save rendering out videos. If you use Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere Pro and you have a 50-minute video like I'm going to render with you in this video, it would take you about 40 minutes to render that 1080p video. If you're rendering it in 4K, and it all comes down, it depends on what kind of computer you have. And that applies to any video editing software. But if you have a good computer like the 9900K, for the CPU, I'm just using that as an example because it's what I have, the video would take you about the same time as the video, or a little bit shorter if you have a good CPU, or a lot longer if you have a bad CPU. But the video editor that I am going to show you right now does not matter if you have a potato computer. But before we get any further into the video, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and leaving a like is always appreciated if you enjoy the video. I wanted to say that before I forget. Because it's required on YouTube in 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and swap scenes here, and I'm going to do this with you. I apologize that we're not going to have a Q&A this week, and that is kind of what brought up this video, because this is a 50-minute video that I'm going to render out in about 15 seconds. That would probably take 40 minutes in 1080p with Adobe Premiere or Sony Vegas. If you're rendering out in 4K, even with my computer, if I was to render this out in 4K, it would probably take me about 2 hours if I was using Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere Pro. So the program that I'm using is called Cyberlink Powerdirector 17. They do have a free version of this if you just simply want to go and try it out, but there is going to be a watermark on the bottom of your screen, and it's $100. Yes, I get it. If you're younger, okay, $100 is probably pretty hard to come by, but that's a very, very good deal for this program. You know, every single video that I have edited over the past 2 months, 2 or 3, ever since I built my new computer, this is what I've been using. So the highlight montage type videos, yes, I know I'm not the best montage editor out there, but this is the program that I have been using. You know, it comes with a bunch of preset installed, whatever effects. It has a bunch of whatever these are, template things, and you can download more of them over on the website. And, you know, it has a bunch of particles, and yes, you probably can get this program for free, but it's $100, guys. It's not that expensive. If you download a cracked free version of this software, you're not going to be able to go and download templates. You're not going to be able to get the latest updates. You're not going to be able to link the video editor with your GPU. So when NVIDIA updates their GPU, you will not be able to make it so that the program is running best with the GPU driver that you have installed on your computer. So it's $100. The program is going to save you within a week. Within a week, if you're using this program to make YouTube videos, just in a week, it's going to probably save you about 3 hours in rendering videos. And I'm being dead serious. This 50-minute video that I'm about to render is going to take me about 15 seconds. Literally 1,000 times faster than Vegas or Premiere. And I just want to quickly show you what it has. You know, I don't need to make a tutorial on how to edit a video. It is a little bit different from other video editors. Like if you're using a very popular one that I started out with is Camtasia Studio. That was my first video editor. So the way this program works is a little bit different from Camtasia Studio. In Camtasia Studio, in order to like add something on top of something, it starts out at the bottom. And then if you want to add like a webcam over a gameplay, you would put that above that clip. This one is opposite. So if I had gameplay and I wanted to put my webcam over it, I would put it below this clip right here. And I mean, it says 1, 2, 3, and I don't want to make a tutorial on how to, I'm just mentioning this program because it saved me a bunch of time. And I'm going to show you guys why we're not going to have a Q&A this week. Because the gameplay in one of the questions I have been getting over the past week for the weekly Q&A series is, what is this gameplay that I've been using? And it's called Ninja Gaiden. It's called The Messenger, and it's very similar to Ninja Gaiden. And this, I'm going to show you guys right. I don't know why the game audio is 50 million times louder than any other game that I've ever played and recorded, but apparently it is. 144 hertz monitors, and they really are. They're such good quality. So for reasons I don't think I need to explain, I don't have 50 minutes to sit down and answer questions that I just answered and redo the entire video. I mean, I do have time, but I'll be honest, I won't lie to you guys, I don't want to. You know, I just spent 50 minutes and I don't feel like doing that again, so the weekly Q&A is going to have to wait until next week. Let me quickly render this video out. Keep in mind that I am also recording with OBS. I'm recording on the same computer with OBS Studio, and I'm about to render out a video, a 50-minute video in 15 seconds, and then I will show you guys how I rendered out the video and why it rendered out so quickly. So think about this. We're a 50-minute video, okay? We were at what, like 7 minutes and 10 seconds when I started or something like that. As you guys can see, the video is rendering out like insanely quick. A 46 minutes and 49 second video. Think how long this would, think about everybody that talks about how long it takes them to render their videos. I just rendered that video out, almost a 50-minute video in about 20 seconds. And that is why I want to share this program with you, because I get it, Sony Vegas is a professional editor. I get it, Adobe Premiere is a professional editor. And I don't know what you're thinking if you have those programs and you're paying for them. You know, I mean, I won't lie, I've gotten them for free. You know, but like, they're very, very confusing, and it's like, they're very time consuming. Yes, they offer a lot of stuff, but I want to say probably about 70% of the stuff that those programs offer are meant for AAA videos, like the Avengers movie, TV shows, like one that I'm watching right now on Netflix, Lucifer, as an example. I know you probably a bad example, but I think you guys understand. You do not need those for YouTube, you know what I mean? So anyways, the way this works is this right here. It's called SVRT. And when you have, like, for me as an example, because I'm just sitting here talking, I have a couple of profiles in here. I have OBS 15,000 bitrate. I have 25,000 bitrate if I'm like recording and doing a gameplay. I have Elgato, which is recorded at around 40,000 bitrate, but I'm using OBS and I'm not like moving around in a video game, so I only have 15,000 bitrate selected. I have 20,000 bitrate. These are just crap quality for Twitter if I want to go post a video on Twitter. I have a 4K video test. that was just for a while back when I first got this program. I wanted to see how long it would take me to render out a 4K video. But regardless, the way this works, if you just downloaded the program, what you can do is you go up to this right here. It's called Profile Analyzer. Okay, so that was 100% reduction. It shouldn't be that long. But what you'll do is you go into this intelligent SVRT. What that stands for, again, is Smart Video Rendering Technology. And what it will do is it will get the best profile for the video that you have on the timeline. And so the 50-minute video that you render out, it's not required to render the profile that it selects, and it'll tell you 100%. I have no edits in this or any other stuff in the video. So I mean, if I go back here, I'm just gonna go ahead and split the video a few times. I put that there, split the video, put that there, import media, and take Messenger, put that there, put that there. At the beginning, we'll go to the beginning and I'll fade it in a little bit. And now if I go produce it and I go to select a profile analyzer, I probably should have did this at the beginning. It will automatically give you the best profile. So now it's at 88% workload reduction because the majority of the video is 1920 by 1080p, 14,277,000 whatever bitrate. I know I said that wrong. I don't know why it's 14K. I'm almost 100% positive I have 15 inside of OBS. I'm gonna prove to you guys 15,000 bitrate. So I don't know why it's 14,000, but regardless, that's why it renders out so quick. So because I added that fade and I put a clip on a different timeline, I brought in an Elgato recording, those are what it's going to render out. But the majority, 88% of the video, is just was supposed to be the Q&A for this week's Friday, or this Friday's Q&A, but I don't want to spend 50 minutes sitting down talking, answering the same questions that I just answered on the very same day right after I spent 50 minutes. I won't even lie to you guys. I do have the time to do it, but I don't want to. And I don't think any of you would want to either. I won't lie and BS you. But that's 88% workload reduction. So keep in mind, when you do this, the best thing that you can do is use CBR. What that stands for is constant bitrate. If you use something like Shadow Play as an example, it's or even, I mean, Elgato kind of depends on what kind of a computer you have. But Shadow Play as an example, that uses VBR. So like if I'm just sitting here talking to you, the bitrate is going to be, if I was using Shadow Play and I had the ability to use everything that I'm doing in OBS, me sitting here with a paused video in the background would probably be like 5,000 bitrate or something, because I'm not doing anything or moving. But if I started building in Fortnite or something, or I started shooting at 40 people in Apex Legends, or Anthem had a bunch of PvE enemies running around and I was shooting at them, the bitrate with Shadow Play would jump all the way up to like 60,000 bitrate. So because it's so, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. So because it's so like different at any given point, it will take you a longer period of time to render the video out, but it will still give you a workload reduction of at least 20%. Like, So it's going to, using that as the example, it's still going to be 20% faster than using Sony Vegas, than using Adobe Premiere, even if I do not use whatever, the SVRT thing. I have a hardware video encoder. What that will do is you need to go into your settings. So anyways, let me finish that CBR thing. If you use OBS, use CBR, so it's a constant bitrate, and that will make it render out a 15-minute video in 15 seconds, because it doesn't have to, it's not required to render out something different than the profile that you have selected. So hardware acceleration, you can check the boxes, but there's also I don't need to go through anything. I think I kind of made my point clear here. Hardware video acceleration will combine your CPU with your graphics card. So, and like as an example, guys, we just had an NVIDIA driver update. This program will automatically notify you to make it so that the program matches the driver that you just installed for your GPU. If you download a cracked version, a free version of this program, when it's only $100, that will not pop up for you. And this applies to Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, Sony Vegas, etc. Those are cracked versions. You like what you get when you download them is what you get. So it's not worth it, especially if you're doing video editing, because it's going to waste 4 hours more than is required. But regardless, I'm gonna end the video. I probably made it way longer than it needs to be. The program is called Cyberlink Powerdirector 17. There's a bunch of them. They have Powerdirector, I'm pretty sure it started, I don't know when they started their software, but the one I'm using is 17. They have 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and that's as far back as I'm going to go, because those are the only ones that I'm aware of and that I saw online. But I think you guys understand. The program is the best YouTube video editor. I'm not saying that like if you're going to be working on the Avengers that you should use this program, because no, that is not, you don't have the ability to, you know, I'm gonna end the video, guys. You guys understand this is a editor for anything other than AAA videos, and you could still do that, guys, but like you can't add like a 3D freaking robot and make him move all over the picture. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that in this editor. But are you going to be doing that for anything? Like, are you going to be designing a 3D robot and then making an Avengers type movie and posting it to YouTube? Like, that is what Premiere Pro and Sony Vegas and those editors are for. I don't see any YouTuber doing that, you know? So I think I made my point clear. Unless you're going to be designing a robot or one of the superheroes flying around in the air in the next Avengers movie, this program is what you need. You don't need Premiere Pro. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to support it with a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.